Evening. So, oh, we love divine timing. Timing. We love divine timing. We love divine timing in this house. So, of course, my favorite YouTuber and personal best friend, Jezebel, posted today her 2 hour long movie. So, I was like, I can't watch this without a little snack. So, I went and got myself a snack. I was kind of like debating it because I like because something was gonna come in tomorrow. Turns out they came in today. So now I have two little treats to watch her video with. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Um, you know, I got something from E420. I can't show it because rules and regulations, but I do want to share the first with you guys. So let me open it. No, I don't smoke a lot, mostly because I don't really have money, but also I'm like, it's so funny because like when, oh, this is, I wanted to show you guys. See, okay, wow, this is exactly what I was talking about inside my other videos where I say that my eyes are already changing, where I say that I just yap, right? I get really hyper and really talkative, but I also lose track of things so fast. I was going to watch YouTube. I'll do it after this. You know what? I could play the other videos in the background. See, I'm gonna have to stop this because. Okay, so I have. Oh, first of all, I just decided it just fell off, so I decided to wear them both. Because, like, I'm a sun and a moon girl. I look great in the sun, but I also love the moon. So it's like mother, sun, father, moon. But yeah, let me just go down the list. I wanted just to show you guys this. Um, so I didn't. I wasn't. I'm still kind of not really allowed, but I wasn't really allowed to drink soda growing up. This is completely off topic, but I should probably explain the other thing before I get into this. I had an idea of doing this kind of video of just, and I've said it before in a previous video. This is that, and I that was basically where I was going with that. But I also talked about, oh, my worries. I'm going to hop from topic to topic. That was that was one of my worries. But yeah, back to this. I wasn't really allowed to drink soda growing up. Um, so I never really had a taste for it. But I've also been really low on sugar. Like, I completely understand why at a young age, like, we are given sugary treats. First of all, to condition us. But second of all, as someone who didn't know I had low blood sugar constantly growing up, which is why I'm anemic now. I like, or at least it would have helped me discover that I'm anemic. Um, I like literally need sugar, and it's like one of my telltale signs of like, oh, I'm low on blood. Let me get some sugar because that's just how. Okay, so I'm also kind of a medical nerd. I'm like, okay, I've been seeing this um colloquially colloq queerism. But it's a common one that like it's one that people know of, but the jack of all trades, the whole thing is jack of all trades, master of none, but sometimes much better than a master of one. And all these people who are just like, yeah, I am really a jack of all trades. And when and this is ooh, this completely I'll go back to it. This completely goes back to OSS. Um and how I determined what the definition of, which is, by the way, what the class is. It's an occult science class. That's what OSS stands for. Occult Science Sundays. I said it in the very first episode. But because it was really hard for me to grow when growing up, and I also explained this in a previous video, that I was good in all of my subjects, but not the best. And it's like, which one? Because the entire time I was like, which one do I decide I am like the top of? Because it's always your English and history nerd or a math and science nerd, and I always felt smack dab in the middle of like, I am good and I like each of them because they all go together. And I was like, so what kind of nerd is that? Because it's definitely a type of nerd, because I'm into nerdy things. It's definitely a type of nerd because they are smart in all things, but also not that smart, or don't feel like they're that smart. Because I don't really know, I don't know everything, but I know a lot in so many subjects. Just so many subjects. So, when I was a young kid, I really liked health. I did. Because it was something that was so feared in my house. Um, so I tried to learn how to heal everyone. But in order for me to do that, I have to learn how to take care of myself. Um, so it's like once I learned the thing, then I could apply it to the people around me, and natural healer. So it's just like, yeah, I am a healer. So because again, I was really into medical science. One of my favorite games to play was there there was this one website that um we were allowed to go on as kids because it was educational. And I'm not a big gore fan. I'm not. At some point I feel like it's needless violence. Um, but I think it's like Edhead or something like that. That was one of them, and it was like, for the kids who when they start early, if they want to go into medical science, look at like, can you handle this? This is teaching you about medical science. And it was a website we could only go on after we finished all our work. And I was always one of the first done, but I also didn't know what websites to go to. So I was also one of the people who were just like, I had to finish after a couple of other people finish, because if I finish first and just go to a different website, they're gonna think some things. But yeah, after a while, I just didn't care anymore, and I would always go to Ed Heads, and like there were a couple of surgery games. And the first time I saw it, it was like all the people were like, "Ew, gross! This is what it looks like when you, yeah." And I would play it every single time and look at because at the end it had like actual photos of like medical stuff, and I was so fascinated by it. Sorry, this makes me sound really weird, but I was so fascinated in it, and I was like learning. Okay, in order to fix this problem, you would have to cut open the person, like use forceps, spread them open. Sorry, that sounds so. But like, I tried to commiserate that to memory, and every single time that we have a health lesson, because it's so important to learn, I like genuinely try to maintain those. Like, I know how to give CPR, and that's one of those things. I never got the that I was um I never took the test for it to say that I was certified, but like all of they give us those classes in high school to like basically combat the bystander effect. You know how to do this. You can do this. Like um and I think it was 3 years we learned how to do CPR, cuz I remember I did in my first school. But anyway, this is what goes all the way back to the sugar thing. I wasn't really allowed to drink soda. I don't really like soda, but it's like one of the and these are like sugar free too. So it's like cuz my a lot of my health issues are from my dad's side, and that is like genetically proven in science and stuff like that, that your health issues, if you're a woman, most likely going to be your dad's, cuz every single one of his kids see that okay. This, oh my god, sorry. Whew. Okay. So I was also going to have to go into like family genetic things, which is also medical. Um, but it's more than like this is how they're interconnected, interwoven. I have this idea where the mother sets the tone of the house. They set up the external, but biologically, the father is what determines the internal. Um, like part of who you are and your issues, so to speak, are how they, sorry, are what you get from your dad, right? And why not having a father in there in your home can mess you up, right? Because your father is actually the one who you have to look to internally to determine like who you are. It's if you could work out what's going on with your father, you can work out what's going in with yourself. Like ah and oh this sorry, this goes back to the argument that I had with my friend. I don't know whether he considers me a friend, but I consider him a friend. Um, but it's just like oh, every single time just stabs at the stomach, not heart, because it's like I want him to do good. I want him to do good in the world. I really do, because I see potential in him. Um, but oh my god, if you're going to be around me, okay. So this friend is a rapper. If you're going to be around me, because I know you're listening to what I say. I do know you're listening. So it's like we had this argument, and I started off because I knew he wouldn't get into the. It wasn't an argument. We had this talk, right? Actually, you know what? Argument isn't bad because you are arguing a point, right? You bring forth a point. Um, it it's just another debate term, basically. Um, but I had to start it off by saying this is a judgment-free zone, right? I had to lure him in by that. This is a judgment-free zone. But you do know you are talking to a strong, independent black woman, right? I really had to say up front, you do know you are talking to a strong woman. And it's like, okay, so he's also, I do gotta describe him a little bit. And sorry, you're gonna know it's you. But he's like tall, really skinny, Northy. I think he's from Pennsylvania. Really skinny, white mother, I believe, but light skin. Throughout all the years of my life, I even have a little saying that I say to myself right after. I'm just like, I don't know why it's always a light skin, just and because I have always had this light, like I literally remember each of them. I always had this light skinned guy who would always talk to me. But yeah, maybe it just, nope. I was gonna say maybe it's just a where I'm from thing, but like nah, because he is. I met him while we were in Jersey, so it's like nah, it just happens everywhere. I don't know, but anyway, we ended up having this talk about Adam and Eve, and I could tell he wasn't hearing what I was saying. I don't remember what my point was. That oh my god, my eyes. The the point was where how I got here. I don't remember what's going on. Oh, completely forgot I had it. Well, no, I didn't. I just got worried that it auto played to the video. You know, I do have a time limit. That's a good thing. I set that up because ADHD brain. I knew it. I knew it. But I there we go. I always set up preventive measures. Just like this is my timer. Once this video is over, there's another one, and then it's Jezebel. So I have until then to yap to y'all. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I got myself snacks. Divine timing, man. But yeah. Oh, I'm still on this. Okay, but basically I was saying I have like 3 sodas that I like and I can taste when they change the formula. I can no longer drink Canada Dry or Schweppes, the 2 ginger sodas that I liked when I was younger because they actually taste like ginger. They don't advertise that they're ginger, or at least Canada Dry doesn't. But I'm guessing they couldn't get ginger, or it costs too much to keep getting ginger. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to switch to drinking ginger beer straight up. Ugh, like an actual ginger. So I need an actual ginger soda, man. People are like, yeah, mix it into drinks. I'm gonna just drink it straight up, man. A ginger beer? The Jamaicans know what they're doing? Damn. But anyway, there are only a couple of sodas that I actually like. And like, I have the cans, but there's also like only what my dad has in his room because he has low blood sugar. Um, See, your father really is a provider. You know, the man in your house. I was lucky enough to actually grow up with a man in the house. And that's not even to be like shady or anything, but to honestly, just honestly say I am lucky, because I'm like, if he survived this long, he's clearly doing this long under this much stress. Damn. And I'm afraid to say this out like too out loud, but like, that's my dad, man. Like, again, I say this is a thing of like, that is one of my privileges, right? I am very privileged to have a father in my life. Um, and I had to like continuously teach myself, because sometimes you do have a tumultuous relationship with your dad, and that is so common for women. Um, but yeah, I had to keep teaching myself that you can't save everyone, because in the beginning I was trying to save everyone. And then slowly I started to like come to terms with that. I can't save everyone. If I can't save everyone, who do I save, right? And above all, I'm like, it has to be my father. It has to be my dad. And I didn't want to get like sappy. See, this also always happens. I cry. It always happens. Um, but yeah. So really, while I am doing this for myself, who I'm really doing this is for my dad. That's me. And again, this leads to why I'm so excited to watch that Jezebel video, because, like, we had very similar waves of life so far, and I feel like I'm just behind her. So it's like, she kind of feels like a big sister, and I have two, but she feels like the big sister I never had. Like, the one who's supposed to be closest to you, right? And like, when she put out the video where she was homesick, she went home to see her family, because, like, you could feel the depression coming when you're going through it. It comes in waves. It really do. And some waves are harder than the others, but like, her going, and because she could, getting the car that she knew her dad wanted to drive, and driving it there, and just being happy, because it's just like, she also didn't call them beforehand. It being surprised that she comes in with the car he always wanted to drive, and let him get behind the wheel because she had the money to. But like also the fact that she could only get to that fact because she just had to go. Sorry, I didn't want to like cry on camera, but like I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go because I want to help him and bring him some joy and happiness. But yeah, ain't that a video all wrapped up into a cute little bow? I still don't feel like I fully explained this. I just started drawing on the cans because I have so many. And like, this is a Fanta can because I have so many of those because that was actually one of my favorite sodas when I was a kid. I really like citrusy flavors, um, which I know are very summery, but not a summer girl. I don't remember adding this one. Sorry. But no, I remember why I added this song. Because first of all, it's an old one. Dip It Low, Christina Milan or Mian. Okay, y'all are just seeing all the mood swings. I think I don't know whether I have time to just straight up listen to the music, but I was supposed to be talking. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, I was supposed to be ending the video. I also really like Dr. Pepper's. Sorry, Dr. Pepper's. I don't really like brown soda. My brown soda of choice is Dr. Pepper. There are some Pepsis in here because that's the next best when Dr. Pepper ain't there. Hate Coca Cola. Coca Cola. Hate it. I hate them. I hate them. There goes that sponsor. But they and everything. Just like Oreos. Like I like the formula of Oreos. I don't like the people. I don't like Oreo. I really don't. But like I crave their dark cocoa formula so bad. I need to put Claire Safitz's recreation of the Oreo. I need to put that to the test because as soon as I learned how to make something that tastes eerily similar with lower sugar, it might have a little artificial sugar twang to it, just a bit. But as soon as I learn it, I'm just gonna make them myself and keep them around as snacks. I'm a get Nara Smith in this bitch, right? Like, because that's the kind of girly I am. But anyway, ending this video. Wow, all that just to get here. Damn. So thank you for joining me. What an interesting song. I don't have Spotify Premium. Very interesting song to play after Dip It Low. It's Sinking Boat Infinity song. But yeah. Good night, y'all. I'm gonna have a very fun night. Yeah, if you like this video. If you didn't, leave a comment and tell me why. Just curious. Anyway, that is all for tonight. Goodbye, and I love you.